Guys, I bought the game on GOG. I just installed it. This is the first time I booted up. And so apparently, since this is all new, I can't do select scenario. Which means we're gonna have to go through the normal ass scenario again. Which, if you ask me, since this game is fucking godlike, is no problem, man. I have no problems with that. I hope you guys don't mind either. We'll be going through the game again, the main scenario after that. Well, I mean, the main scenario is like 12 hours long, so I am... We'll see if I still have the strength to go on afterwards. What is the weather usually like in the Netherlands? Fairly cold. It is wet. It's not quite as rainy as England, but we are quite known for our rain. Summer is usually about 20 to 25 degrees, but there's these heat waves which busted up to like 35 and as of recently 40, which we haven't seen before. So there are weeks of complete insanity, and on most other times it's very, very pleasant. In the winter it can get quite cold, though the last couple of winters have been fairly mild, to be honest. I mean, I think it was -5 a couple times this year, but that's really just no problem. My parents sometimes tell stories that it used to get like -20 back in their time. Definitely no longer have that, which thank fuck, because -20, that's not fun. -5 is no fun. -10 I have seen is also no fun. -20 I can only imagine fucking sucks. Slightly too hot? No, man. I quite like this myself. You know, the 25 to 30 degrees, I feel like that's pleasant, right? It's warm enough that you can do some good sweating if you really looking to do so, but it's not quite warm enough that it starts being unpleasant when you're like sitting still, right? Like it was for the 40-degree heat wave earlier this summer. Great game, haven't played it in a while though. Should get back to it. There's a lot of game in this game, and I like that. I like that. I'm still at episode 2 on YouTube. Well, as I said, we'll be starting again. We'll be starting over. So I've experienced -11 before. It wasn't bad until the wind started blowing. Yeah, I mean, when you're starting to get to the -5, -10, it starts being really unpleasant. The last winter I used to cycle to school, which for me, college/university, whatever you wish to call it, is about 40 minutes by bike. And up to 0, I could do it without, something on my head and without gloves. However, at one point it got to -5, I think, one day, down from 0. And that ride was painful, very painful. I realized about 10 minutes in that it was a mistake to indeed do this one without gloves or a cap. And when I eventually got to school, everything hurt. Hands and such. The hands and the ears didn't feel anything anymore, so that's... I mean, it was more pleasant than feeling it, but it's generally a bad sign. Still not quite in danger of like freezing anything off, but it's definitely not a pleasant experience. And the next day I took some fucking gloves and I put a cap on, because let me tell you, I said to my parents, 0 I can do, -5, don't do that without gloves. That's a bad time. But yeah, as soon as it starts hitting like -10, it's not a good time. At that point, you have to really start prepping for any time outside, especially extended, of course. We've been having mostly summer rain here in Scotland. Okay, rainy summer here in Scotland. Well, I feel like the British Isles in general are just very fucking rainy, right? That seems to be the way things go there, as far as I know. Heat waves tend to last a day or two. Ooh. Oh, what I would have given to have that 40-degree heat wave only last like 2 days. It was exceptionally hot for like a week. It was not a good time. And everything around that was like 30, 35 degrees, so that was not pleasant. That was not pleasant. Said it's a double speed on easy. What? Whoa. Burning always, my man. I don't play games to just rush through them. I play them to enjoy them. We're not going to be rushing through this on double speed. Absolutely not a chance. Indeed. Put that up. Put the UI on that side. Should be better for you guys. He beat the hardest difficulty. Yeah. I did. First fucking try survivor mode. I did it on normal difficulty the first time I played it. Then I was like, I gotta fucking stream this game. This game is fucking amazing. And then the second time I played it was on the live stream. The VODs are up on YouTube actually right now. And we tried survivor mode. I don't think I can do that.
Still, cold world. No horizon in sight. The rulers of old, stripped of pride and glory.
This intro is epic.
It feels as yesterday we were turning the wheels of progress. Until the frost stopped it all. Suddenly, without a warning. When tides had changed, they changed for all of us, no matter wealth or class. We've lost our world to snow. And with it, our last traces of humanity.
This game's so fucking epic. Shit.
We bid farewell to plenty. And for those who remained, came the time to adapt. We decided to leave our homes and head north. We roamed for weeks, maybe months, leaving behind all the things we once believed had made us. It was hope that pushed us forward. Slowly, step by step. We knew the cost of our journey, and we paid the price 100 times. Finally, the time has come to build the last city on Earth.
This game's so fucking epic, man. Shit. Well, I don't think I can customize the difficulty from here. I think that is set up on startup and I didn't get a prompt to change it. This is the first time I launched this version of the game. That probably does mean it gets a little easier, and that probably also means we are in fact going to fast forward through some of it. A new home. We fled from London and crossed the sea to reach the frozen north. On the way our convoy was hit by a blizzard and scattered. A handful of us... No wait, I can't... Shit, where's my shitty English accent at? Hang on, I gotta... I'm not good at that one. I'm not good at the shitty English accent, so let me get into it. Hello there, Governor. A handful of us managed to reach the site of this generator, only to find it from... No, that's Sean Connery. That's Sean Connery mixed with shitty English. I mean, let's just do it Sean Connery style, fuck it. A handful of us managed to reach the site of this generator, only to find it frozen solid and abandoned. Why is no one here? Did any of our people survive the blizzard? Are there any others out there? Whatever we do, we should expect the worst, now that the world, as we know it, has crumbled. We had to survive. I need to work on my English accent. Am I Sean Connery? Damn. Our job is laid out before us, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the generator. If you've not seen this game before, shame on you, but don't worry, I'm here to help you out. This is Frostpunk. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Fight the cold. That's what you do in this game. You fight the freezing cold, and you hope that your people don't starve to death. Or freeze to death. In fact, there are many different ways for your people to die. We need to get the generator working. It will provide heat and power to other buildings. Without it, we will freeze to death. Stockpile some coal and start the generator. Ladies and gentlemen, the first time I played this game, I thought, alright, surely we can keep this generator off for a while to stockpile some coal. First night, 20 people froze to death. That was a restart. You got your people in here. Let me actually find out. Okay, so there is a photo mode. Okay. Is there a hotkey for that? Let me also quickly check the graphic settings. Custom. Is very high the highest we can go? Very likely is. Let me just quickly make sure it is in fact the highest we can go. Particle quality full screen ambient occlusion on, or AA, anti-alias, ambient occlusion, global illumination, depth of field. Wish we had half these settings in Empire at War. Audio should be good. Controls seems to be as I remember them. Camera center C, that one I'm gonna keep in mind. Is there no hotkey for that photo mode? That's unfortunate. So. Oh. Okay, so we can do this. We can do that. We can add toggle UI. That's smart. Vignette. Damn. Monochrome. Guys, you can take black and white. This is. Every game needs this. Every game. Suit effect. Oh, fuck yeah. Every game needs this shit. Empire at War needs this shit. Well, not the vanilla game, but the remake mod definitely does. Ornamental frame? What the hell even? Oh, right. Frostpunk logo. Caption. Right. Alright. That is pretty nice. As I said, I have not played this version of the game before. There were indeed some close calls, Grass. That was... It was close, but we managed. Don't you want a different scenario? No, I do, but honestly, I find this game a pleasure, and I have not gotten tired of it just yet. So... how soon will the third episode go up on YouTube? Were there 3 or were there 2? I'm not sure. This may actually be the third. See how it went. Oh, well then it'll probably be in a couple days. Because I bought it on GOG now this time. That's fine with me. I would like to see the new scenario. So, child labor laws rushed again. No, I'm gonna try to refrain from the child labor law, especially because this is a low difficulty. We don't need it just yet. What we do need is a goddamn gathering post to gather some of these resources. That is coal, I seem to recall. That is coal and frozen trees. We do need coal for the generator, obviously, and without the generator we die. Wood crates, wood crates. That is excellent. And wood crates, steel wreckage. Okay, so we need one here and we need one here, I think. No, wait. We also need coal, mate. Then we need 3. Fine. I'm not sure if it actually helps if you place the gathering post closer to the resources or not. Oh, shit, we have I wish that P would bring up the path thing. That is something that would be quite handy. So I want to kind of start structuring this already, because if you mess this up, it's really not that important, to be honest. Okay, so you can build a tent there. So what we need is about... No, that wasn't what it was. Shit. And I don't have the damn wood to fuck it. Although alive! Okay, that's building. And that's all of our resources. So let's get these people on these wood crates. Let's get people on this steel. Let's get people on these wood crates. Let's get that coal. And these wood crates. Bam. And that'll have to do. Now, we can already sign a lot. This is great. Adaptation. Right. Now, last time I did this, I went straight for the child labor, because if half your or like a quarter of your population is not doing shit, you're going to die. Your society is going to fall. Especially in this rough, rigid environment where everyone needs to live just to survive. Now, I think we're going to start with the emergency shift. It does cause some... A, it has a chance of people dying, and B, it causes a bunch of discontent. But you kind of need it at the start to have a, you know, it speeds things up, it really gets you going, and at the start of the game, that's a very important thing, right? If you have a quick start, a good start, you can much more easily later in the game have a lot of, I wish you could zoom in further. I mean, there's a lot of detail in this game, but you just can't zoom in further. Like, it's such a, here's these fucking kids doing nothing, just eating and taking up heat and water and resources. God damn it. Fucking kids. Hate kids. Damn it. Build gathering posts near to the okay, so it doesn't matter where you build the gathering posts. Okay, good to know. Can you zoom in further with photo mode? I think so, but you have to... Yeah. Well, I mean, a little bit. It's still not that... move the camera, zoom in with the mouse wheel, right. To pan, rotate the camera, move the mouse while holding the middle. Right, alright. To take a picture, take picture. Okay. Right. Not much new there. Now, there's apparently an endless mode, and there's different maps, and there's a lot of additional content to this game now. So, since these guys gathering directly from here are going back to the stockpile instead of the gathering post. Like, what does that guy do? Does that guy go back to the gathering post or to the stockpile? If it goes to the stockpile, does it gather any slower, I wonder? No, he seems to go back to the stockpile. Okay. Maybe this is just visual. I think it's just visual, but you never know. Alright, let's get people working. We are getting a lot of stuff here. Time to... resources? Right, gathering post here. An additional map? Oh, there's many now, apparently. And there's also randomly generated frostlands. There's a lot of new stuff that I haven't seen before, so... I am looking forward to that. Alright, build a path. We're probably going to be restructuring a lot of these paths. At some point. Let's see. Right, we can't see Frostland just yet since we need a beacon for this. Also, there's 80 homeless people right now. Gotta do something about that. The color palette is really easy on the eyes, even with all the white. It fucking is, man. This game is so well designed. Everything from the sound to all the visual feedback you get and everything that's happening to the... Well, as you said, the color palette. It's like... dude, as someone that tries to like make a decently well-designed mod, seeing a game that is this well-designed, it's just a pleasure. I derive so much pleasure from seeing a work of art like this. It's just the best. Let's actually get these people off their stuff so they can build these things faster. I think gathering posts gather quicker than just putting 15 people on. I think if you have only wood wood crates in range of a gathering post, it will still collect with 6 wood per hour, just as if you have 15 people on a wood crate. But you can have 15 workers on this for 6, but only 10 on the gathering post. So it's more efficient to do it with the gathering post. So you always kind of want to have the gathering posts, right? All right, now it's nearing chill time, which means we're gonna emergency shift as soon as the night begins. It's also, I think, time to start up the jet. Let's see, yeah, the UI is kind of taken up by the webcam, isn't it? Would you guys rather me disable the webcam for this one? So you guys can see more of the UI and stuff? I mean, I know people generally like to have things like the chat and the webcam on the screen, but for this game, I'm very much willing to make an exception, if you guys would rather. Workday ends? Not a chance. I'm sorry, but we'll work through the night. Oh wait, let's also hang on a second. Does this game have DLC? Yes, and it's all free. 3 times when you build unimportant buildings. Bro, I played the game before. Rather have you on the left, not the right. Yeah, it's probably better. Let's see. What if we put me up there and we disable? Hang on. Let's do a little bit of shopping on the screen stuff. Let me. All right. I'm gonna get rid of the chat. I'm not gonna get rid of the donation goal or the donations, since we've been running a little low on those lately. So we're just gonna put that there. I may switch. I may actually. That's probably a better idea. Put that there. That's the chat. Chat can go over the goals. That is that. That is there. Oh, that's chat. I need you to go there. Can I get you in? Okay. That's good enough. And then chat can be roughly there. Okay, this should minimize, or this should obstruct the least bit of stuff for you guys. Oh, wait, hang on. Except for that, of course. Gotta keep that Hobbit counter strong. There it is. Alright, let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, generator starting. Oh, what's going on? No roof? Oh, don't worry. I'll provide shelter for everyone. I am a generous god. I will build you tents to live in and not freeze to death. I know, that is such a gracious thing to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. There we go. All right. We work through the. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. What the hell is a clunge? I don't even know what a clunge is. At this point, he's starting to use words that I don't even know what they mean. Grush, thank you very much for your continued contributions. As usual, let's put that down in the book as soon as I update the Hobbit counter, because let's be honest, I need some automatic to do that for me. I'm sure there's some widget somewhere that allows you to do it. I have no idea where it is. And I need to get. Hang on. We gotta get to the people. The wisdom of the crowd. Captain, when facing demands, remember this. People usually look for the quickest solution, not the best. You don't have to agree on everything they ask for, and if you fix your problem your way, that is fine. Thank you. Thank you, kind crowd. I don't even think there was a message with that. Hang on, was there a message with that? Dismiss that. Go back. Okay, now I can actually read the messages. No, it's just a smiley face. Just a smiley face. There we go. Alright. Let's see. Clunge? Clung. It's worth a Google. Last time I googled shit in his name, that went poorly. We're not gonna do that. I prefer ignorance now that I know what that means. Grundle. Clunge? Clunge. Clungle, whatever. Coming in with the $5. Thank you very much, good sir. Close the fountain pen. It is good. Now put that on the board. I think people are still fine. We got coal coming in. We got iron. We got wood. What do we do next? Probably a medical post, right? You know, people not dying is a great thing. However, people aren't sick just yet. We do eventually need a cookhouse. So let's build one right now. We got 100 raw food, but eating raw food is not a great idea. You want to cook that shit. And tech. Workshops. Workshops are great. Workshops are very useful. They're gonna give you tech. They're gonna give you upgrades, upgrades. It's... You want to have them. They're good. I prefer ignorance. Yes, very much. I mean, we all know how that went last time for us, so I have since realized the value of not knowing things. But Grundle, I will note it down on the board, of course, for you. Anyway, Grundle, Clunge. There it is, with the $5 contribution to our little community. Which, by the way, guys, we went over 10,000. Are we paused? Are we paused? Oh, right, I was built. By the way, guys, we are over 10,000 people strong on the Discord server. We did it. We reached over 10k people. That's actually kind of impressive, if I'm going to be honest. I'm quite happy with that. Bam. Workshop. You want a workshop. Workshop upgrades tech. It gives you all the good stuff in life. Right, everyone should now have... One of our people die... I swear to fuck, that first person to die is fucking scripted event. There's nothing you can do to stop it. Shit. The generator hums with reassuring warmth, but we shouldn't take it for granted. If the generator goes down, the city dies. Be mindful of the coal reserves. Now, food. There'll be no city if we starve to death. Already way ahead of you. Got that cookhouse going. Secure a way to provide raw food and build a cookhouse to prepare meals. It's no problem, man. Death of overwork. One of our people died suddenly during an emergency shift. Maybe it seems scripted because I overwork people on the first day every time I play this game. So it's probably more of a me problem than of a scripted thing. We don't know what happened, but it's likely a heart attack. And emergency shifts or no. Sorry. First death. One of our people just died. Sickness, accidents, and deadly cold will keep claiming lives in this harsh world. We need a way to dispose of the body. Open the book of laws. Let's get a cemetery going. I have never gone for corpse disposal, okay? The body, the snow pit where you just toss bodies into the snow seems like a bad idea. It seems like a bad time. I think we want the cemetery for that. You know, the last time I went for faith, I think this time we're going for order. I think I went down that tree once before in an off-stream playthrough. It gets to be a pretty dictatorial regime. I think it's time to instate a dictatorial regime. Clicked the prune button. Boof. I did that once before accidentally and we lost a bunch of people there. Shelter promise fulfilled. Everyone feels relieved with a roof, even a flapping one over their head, and hope rises. I do love that hope and discontent are a resource in this game. It really hammers down, or it hammers home the sadness of the whole situation. The Dutchman's kingdom grows stronger every day. Well, you do know that the kingdom grows. It happens. The kingdom must grow larger. Oh, what's happening? Illness and healthcare? Don't worry. Secure a raw food supply. Build a hunter's hut or a hot house. Yes, we do need a hunter's hut. Now, this doesn't need to be warm, so we can just stuff it wherever. We can also introduce a new law. Let's... I mean, ideally, I'd want a sawmill in that location, not a thing. It's fine. It's no problem, man. Wait, hang on. I like to keep the hunter's huts far away from everything, because they don't need warmth to operate, right? So you don't want to stuff it too close to the generator, because that's kind of just wasted time. We can sign another law, by the way. Yes, well, you do know the kingdom has big generals. Puny humans not being able to handle a mere 24 hours of work. Well, Alex, I can't say I'm surprised. Corpse disposal is useful, makes medical posts faster. Maybe, but it also kind of seems like a very... I mean, do we just go for pure dictatorial? No, let's not go for pure evil just yet. That's just... At least when you get the organ harvest law, the cemetery is useless. You know, in a pre-penicillin world, that's a really risky business, organ harvesting. Cemeteries just... No, it's not. It provides you with happiness and hope. And not as much discontent as tossing people on a heap. Spockner, hello there. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the War Council. Playing some Frostpunk. It's an excellent game. One of my favorite moments last time was when he started the emergency shifts as soon as the last shift ended. And all the people just turned around in the doorway and walked back inside. I didn't even see that, but that's pretty funny. Extended shifts. It's happening. Believe it. Alright, we only need one person cooking food. Alright, boys, you're all going to the... Alright, it's 24 hours currently. Fine. Keep working. Do it. We got 13 people not doing anything. That is bad. It's not quite enough to build another hunter's hut now, is it? We'll get people hunting for food as soon as the dawn comes. Build another workshop. I do like to tech up quickly. Tech is good. It provides you with useful things, like building isolation. Victorian technology. Yeah, this is some real steampunk shit. And it's an... Oh, guys, speaking of steampunk. Steampunk 2077. I think it's coming out sometime next year. That's gonna sell well. And we're probably gonna play it, because that game just looks like it's an overload of style and charm. And we're definitely checking that out whenever that hits the shelves. Let's see, who was it? Spockner. Spockner. There we go. Coming in with the $5 subscription. There we go. It's on the board. Now, don't worry, it's not eligible. As we know, the board is not usually eligible, save for the first couple of people that go on it. That's because this is not... It's not supposed to be eligible. It's supposed to be a modern piece of art, okay? All the scribblings on top of other scribblings, that's how it goes here. That is how it goes here. And it's no problem, man. We create new artwork every week. Let's see, do we have any problems? Right, yeah, no, that's going. Workday has started. These people are still working 24/7. Good. Let's stuff these people on coal for now. No, we're gonna need boys. We're gonna need workers soon. So let's get 2 off here, and we'll put them in the hunter's hut as soon as it's finished, and they can provide food for our little... All right, we need engineers too. There's 10 engineers working on this. Alright, now we need even more. Alright, into the workshop we go. This is the technology tree. What shall we go for first? Let's go for faster gathering, since that's very, very useful at the start of the game. It basically is an increase of 15% to the gathering speed of wood crates, coal piles, and steel wreckage. And I always keep my workshops working in overtime. There we go. 15 workers working on that. People from our convoy. With basic resources secured for now, we can try and rescue the people we left behind. Build a beacon, scout Frost land, and save as many survivors from our expedition as possible. Already got the workshop. We're doing well. No one is not working, except for the fucking children. But that's no problem. They'll be useful later on. We'll be starting a child prostitution ring soon. And... no, don't worry. We're on our list now. Now, you can later, via the Book of Laws, you can actually build child shelters, which it's basically like a school, and then later you can either keep them as medic apprentices or engineer apprentices, and they will then help in either the infirmaries or the workshops, so they can still be useful later on. I guess if they have self-maintaining automatons, they're made of antibiotics. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Steampunk tech is kind of a different kind of tech than the whole... Oh, right. We need... Speaking of infirmary, we need a medical post, because we don't actually have the ability to build an infirmary right now. I do like to keep all the houses kind of clustered together. So I kind of want to build that outside. Like here. Seriously, when I saw you could make a walking skyscraper a surgeon, I was like, fuck. Yeah, dude, this game has style. This game has style, and I like that. I appreciate that. They let me do what I need to do in the snow. Can we demolish this and build like 2 houses in between? Hang on, let's actually pause before we mess up a whole bunch of... What the fuck is that? The hell do I even stuff there? That's like 5 wide. There's like 5 fucking squares and shit. Crap. Here. Alright, now the workshops are working. Right, in easy mode. There's no easy mode in this game. There's only normal, difficult, more difficult, very difficult, super difficult, and then there's survivor mode, which is extremely difficult. What's up? Family torn apart. That'll happen. Sir, a woman came forward after we built the workshop. She said that her husband and daughter didn't reach the city with the main group, but she's still sure they're out there. She wants to join the first scout team we'll send out. She urges you to hurry. Don't worry, we'll get that beacon as soon as we can, and then we'll go scout the frozen wastes of death. Yeah, it is gonna get 20 degrees colder actually, and it's already -20. So we want to get that medical post up and running because people are gonna be pretty cold. Now this thing is already depleted, which means we need some. Okay, and that is done. Okay, hang on. We need more shit to gather. Hang on. Is that it? Just coal pile. I don't know why, but every time I see a coal pile, I'm like. Wait, that's not even the structure I'm looking for. Gathering post, thank you. And there's also shit here, okay. I was wondering why it wasn't glowing green. Wait, I do know, it's Hearthstone. I used to play Hearthstone once upon a time. And they had a boss for one of the adventures, which cast a very annoying fucking spell. It was called Bone Storm? It may have been Bone Storm. And it would just say like Bone Storm like every time. And it did it in this fucking horrible accent. It's actually quite awful. Bone Storm. Bone Storm. Bone Storm. Like, they had like 10 different voice files for that fucking Bone Storm. God, I hated that card. It was so fucking annoying. Beacon. Research that shit. Alright, we're getting food coming in. People aren't dying. The medical post is done. Let's get the engineers on that. There's currently 14 workers not employed? That's... Alright, we're gonna get those in there soon. Where can I get more engineers from? Where's the other engineers? There's 5 in... There's 10 in the workshop. Oh. Oh, never mind. That is all the engineers. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Well, I mean, at least we're treating the sick, right? So that's good, right? That's good. It's reasonably warm, as you can see. People are fairly comfortable. They're not freezing to death in their workplaces. They're not freezing to death in their houses. Everything is fine. Burn. No backseat gaming in this channel. I am highly allergic to backseat gaming, man. That is one of the most frustrating things. I'm actually a terrible backseat gamer myself. Every time I watch streams, I got this like tendency to fucking tell people like, but what if you just do this instead? It'll work better. I'm a real managerial asshole. I love to manage shit, which makes me a terrible backseat gamer. That's why when I watch streams, I usually don't actually watch the stream that's currently on. I generally go back and watch a piece of the VOD, and even on a stream that's going, I will go back and watch the VOD just to prevent myself from going into the chat and telling people what to do. It's like a self-containment thing, right? It's like I know I'm so bad with it, so I try to prevent that from happening. Don't do that here though. I'd love to have you in chat, as long as it's not too bad with the backseat gaming stuff. I guess a hot house would be about the size that would fit in that space. Yeah, suppose. What's up? My conference lasted a tad longer. Well, welcome to have you. We are restarting the game. Oh, Book of Laws. Well, these come back quick. Cemetery, folk. Let's build one. Right next to the infirmary? Nah, it doesn't have to be heated, so. Rather keep that space. You know what? Fuck it, just build a fucking cemetery. It's fine. Bone store. Yeah, that motherfucker. Marrow car. Bone. So every time I hear coal, I see coal pile. I don't know why. It just coal pile, bone store. It just reminds me like coal pile. It's really dumb. Doing great, my friend. That is good to hear. I have purchased this game on GOG now, and we're restarting the game. This was the only scenario that is unlocked from the very start. So we're restarting, and we're doing the main scenario again. Now, I can't customize the difficulty, so it's gonna be the easiest difficulty setting, which is just normal. So I don't think this is easy. You'll still have people dying and shit. Build a... Right, we do need a beacon, don't we? I mean, it is researching right now, and I have 2 workshops doing it, so... Right, people are still gathering coal. We need some wood. We need some wood. I'd love to build a 3rd workshop, but you know what? We need these engineers in the medical post. Gotta move on, chaps. There's still plenty of work to do. I've gotta hold on. People are depending on me. I almost just said I've got a hard on. That was not what he said. It may be what he meant, but it's not what he said. Oh, right. Yeah, nah. You guys are working overtime, boys. Discontent is relatively low. We can afford it. People are happy in this icy hell, so I suppose we can work them a little harder. Beacon is now researched. Let's... Oh, no. Can we build it already? Yeah. Let's build that bad boy, preferably somewhere where it fits. Preferably there, but that's not gonna fly, so let's instead build it there. Again, the beacon is not something you have to keep warm, so you don't need to build it close to the generator. Whereas tents, for example, you know, where people sleep, you do need to keep those warm, because otherwise people will be freezing to death. Heaters, steam hub. Let's go for a walled sawmill. Steelworks. Steelworks is always a problem because I never have enough steel. So let's build the steelworks right now. Let's see if you can get away with building an early steelworks. I do hope so. Yeah, right next to the orphanage. Are there alternate fuel sources for the massive tea kettle? Well, I mean, I suppose you could try to burn the dead, but we don't really have an industrial cemetery-based economy going on here, so you don't really get enough dead people to really burn them efficiently in the generator. It's just got to be coal. Now, you can technically burn wood by turning it into charcoal and then burning it. However, the most efficient source is definitely coal. Sadly, we do not quite have the Elon Musk of the 19th century here to provide us with a solar city and solar panels. So, we're gonna have to do it with coal. Oh, right. People need to be working here. Bam. They need to be working all the time. Actually, we probably want people here collecting that steel faster. So I'm going to transfer 6 folk from here. And I'm going to put those 6 people to work over there. Now, the engineers are all working either the medical post or the workshop. So we only got the workers. Now, these are the hunters that are coming in after going out to, like, Frostland, which is outside here. You guys are... This is being built, right? Yeah, very slowly. The point is everyone is working. So that means that the building is slower, right? Because there are no free people to build. And as it turns out, children don't make the best constructors. Or construction workers. Yeah, okay, you guys can still see the amount of coal we have. Okay, that's good. There's no real crucial information being taken up by the stream overlay right now, so that's good. Oh, steelworks, yes. Steel, well, I mean, we don't really have the people to employ there. Let's get a sawmill, because wood is used to construct buildings, and that is very useful. Now, we can just already... Alright, are there 2 places for steelworks? Yes. I'll just build these right now for when we eventually do need them. Right, we don't have the wood for that. We have to wait. How much wood do we have remaining? 80, that is not a lot of wood. However, once we get that sawmill operational, we'll be able to start chopping down these frozen trees. And we can turn those into usable wood. This is actually a very bad idea. People are going to be trying to construct these. We're going to stop that for now. Coal pile depleted. Don't worry, there's another coal pile right here. There's achievement for doing that the whole game. For doing what the whole game? I heard... Oh, right, that's the sound of the law. It's the sound of the law. Fighting arena, lower discontent, radical treatment, sustain life. We're not going to put soup or food additives like sawdust in, because that's just going to make everyone depressed. Ceremonial funerals, when people are going to be dying, which is probably going to happen since we're going to be using this button a lot. We don't want the hope to be impacted too much, since every time someone dies, it does lower your hope. And when hope gets low, people start getting high discontent. And with high discontent comes revolution and your head being chopped off. So, that's a bad time for you. And for your people. Because then they will die without your leadership. That beacon is still not being built. Let's fast forward a little bit. Not too much. There was a show I watched where a plague was wiping out Earth's population. After months, Right, that's the workday. After months, a politician who was running a community had a stadium set up with a cure, but was really taking the people who came there and killing them so they could use their corpse for fuel for a coal power plant that powered the community. So that would totally work for this game when you get a dictator status. What fucking show was that? Hot damn, that's depressing, bro. I'll be honest with you, that sounds like a bad time. Let's get Hunter's Gear, which gives us a little bit more food. Eventually that also unlocks the Flying Hunter, so I suppose we don't need it right now. Shall we get the... Well, we don't really need these for now. Let's just get the heaters for now. They will probably be useful when that double temperature drop comes in. Alright, sawmill. There's lots of trees to go around. Can actually just build it like right fucking there. Right smack bang in the middle of them, laddie. That's like Scottish. Oh, resources gone. Dismantle. Get those resources back. Of course, if you dismantle a building, you get part of the resource back. Thankfully, that also accounts for steam cores. Speaking of steam cores, we have one. Talking about the last ship. Love that show. Last season was pretty shit though and made no sense. Ever since Game of Thrones ended, I am highly allergic to shows that do that. Have this final season be like absolute trash. I've actually started reading the for a long time now. I've had the first book of the Song of Ice and Fire series of Game of Thrones. I've had that in Dutch and I've started reading it 2 days ago. So I've started my what? People are hungry? You've got food for days. What are you complaining about? Oh, right. Wait, you're working overtime, so that makes you hungry. It prevents you from going to the cookhouse to have a bite to eat. Who knew, right? But yeah, I have... Is that beacon still not built? Come on, get that shit wrapped up. But yeah, I have started my path down the Song of Ice and Fire road. And I must say, I'm only 33 pages in right now. It's already great. I'm already loving it, and I'm definitely going to be reading the whole book. There's a lot more depth than the show, which I like, because it's a very interesting universe. It's very well thought out. Hisses loudly at the mention of Game of Thrones. Don't worry, Will, I feel the pain. I very much feel your pain. Beacon built. We are no longer lost and blind. From now on, our people will be able to survey the icy barrens that surround us. The Frostland. And there goes the balloon, folks. That is our light in the darkness. The eyes and ears of the White Tower of Gondor. Do you think the eyes of the White Tower are blind? No longer. For we now have a balloon. Though we do need some boys to actually go on an expedition for that. Let's see, we have 4 unemployed folk. Let's take some people from collecting... Let's see, you got 900 coal, you got that. Oh, I'll take someone from there then. Okay. Alright, take 5 boys, take 40 wood. And go to the Lost... Let's go to the Lost expedition. It'll take him 11 hours to get there. But it'll be worth it. Alright, temperature is about to drop. What? Ready to search, right. People cheer as the giant observation balloon soars above the city. This is a real feat. Everyone feels proud of the work they've done to make it happen. The volunteers have lined up, eager to go looking for the lost people in Frostland. The woman who came forward earlier is among them. We needed a win. I think we're doing fine, people. This is gonna be no problem. We don't even have to get a dictatorship going at this rate. Since we're doing fine. Sorry, just reminded me of this. I watched The Abyss uncut for the first time. Way better than the movie. Highly recommended. James Cameron's so good. I still have not watched that movie. I think I've gotten it, but I still haven't watched it. It's a good thing that you remind me, because I actually forgot. Uncut. The Abyss is his movie, right? I think so. I'll try to find the uncut version. If you recommend that instead. We're talking about a while ago on the stream, so I watched it. I know those are no, dude, bring that up on anytime. Anytime. Anything James Cameron does, I'm a fan. Even if sometimes with like, right, I need to put people on this fucking sawmill. But they're still busy collecting coal pile. So we'll let them do that first, and then we'll get to the sawmill. The sawmill is more efficient, but I'd rather have these resources exhausted before we transition to more efficient methods of resource collection. Because eventually it's going to... Why is the research stopped? Oh, right, because people... Oh, you want a day off, huh? You want a day? Okay, I'll give you the night off. I mean, they're already working 14 hours a day, so I suppose we could cut them some slack, right? As a strategy game enthusiast, I was deeply offended by the 3rd episode of Season 8. I watched the Battle of Winterfell. It wasn't really a long night. It was more like an inconvenient darkness. I watched that high as fuck, and the first like 5 to 10 minutes they filled me with hope. After episode 2. I think 2, right? The one good episode of season 8. I was like, okay, they're gonna fucking do it. That episode was epic. That was everything we needed. Great. There was like this super great. Do we not have heaters? Okay, it's going. I should have made these people work harder for those heaters, because our food production is standing still right now. I hope I don't freeze to death on duty. No worries. It is no problem, man. But yeah, when I watched that, was it episode 2, by the way? I can't remember. I think it was 2 or 3. Anyway, the good episode with the epic knighting scene of Brienne. I thought they were gonna be able to pull it off. A good fucking season. And then the first 10 minutes of the following episode, the Battle of Winterfell, I thought, okay, they may do this. They may do this, guys. It may happen. What do you mean not? But wait, what? Hang on, hold the phone. Hold the phone. Inoperative requires oh. Storage near capacity. That's actually a problem. Let's get a stockpile going. Resource depot, I mean. Until I saw the trebuchets, or the trebuchets, in front of the walls. And the moat that was supposed to protect them from the giant tidal wave of the fucking dead being behind the infantry line and behind the trebuchets. At that point, I was like, okay, you know what? This looks a little fucky. I could, even while high, I knew that was a little fucky. Now, wood crates depleted, gathering post. Okay, which one? Storage near capacity. Are you the one depleted? Are you the one depleted? Got it. Dismantle that one. Alright, heaters are now up. Let's go heat these buildings so they can once more function. Then I saw that they were charging the fucking Dothraki straight into the army of the dead without any sort of... They didn't have the dragon glass. They obviously had no Valyrian steel weapons. Now, they may have had some fucking fire shit, but they didn't know that they were gonna have their fucking swords on fire when they lined those motherfuckers up in the front lines. Wow, were they just gonna charge in there? Nothing? They wouldn't even fucking hurt them. It was like nothing was gonna happen there. That's when I was like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now, the charge itself was epic. Like, the trebuchets firing and the charge down the open field, and then, obviously, them hitting the tidal wave of the dead and the light slowly going out into the darkness. That was excellent. And then Jorah came back running and with like 3 other Dothraki, and I was like, that motherfucker should have died there. Why is he coming back? I was like, oh no, they're gonna keep all the main characters alive, aren't they? And I was like, no. And it just went talk downhill from there. I really had a lot of hope after that one good, amazing episode, and well, I was very sad by the end. That's all right. We need 50 wood for tier 3. We're almost at that amount of wood, so that's good. We do need that stockpile though. Are people coming to build that, construct that? I suppose they're coming. Okay, they're coming. Good. Scouts have reached the lost expedition. Let's go see what's up there. That's where people made camp. I wonder if there's anything different. Is this like the same scenario piece for piece? Thank God you found us. We've been wandering for 4 days. Okay. Escort the survivors to the city. I need the manpower. Oh, research. Right. Come on, get that wood. Is there no more? Do we have to start putting? Okay, we have to start putting people on the sawmill. Since the coal pile is currently full, we're probably going to have to switch some of these boys over to doing more useful stuff. Okay, no one's currently working on the wood production at the sawmill. We also probably want to heat that, since there is a moderate risk of people getting ill, and we do have enough coal, so. Alright. Stockpile coal. There we go. We can now stockpile more coal, people can keep working, and everything is dandy. Now, when that reaches 50, we can research, what's it called? Drawing board, which is Tech 1. Start at Tech 0. It's like the Rebellion. Bam. Tier 1 underway. Yeah, that's because in without survival mode on, the tech goes a lot faster. And this is normal difficulty, so. The extended and uncut versions are much better in my opinion. Seems like most people agree. Okay. I'll go watch those then. Maybe it's one of those situations where the Lord of the Rings movies, for example, the uncut versions, the extended versions, they may be 4 hours fucking long, but they are much better than the normal ones, the theatrical versions. Okay, so all these motherfuckers have now reached camp. Good. Put them to work. We need people to crew the sawmills and the coal mines and the steelworks, which we don't have yet, but we can get them now. It is heartwarming to see families reunited after so many hardships, but shouldn't there be other settlements nearby? The first expeditions left London long ago. They ought to be well established by now. They'll surely help us find our footing. I'm sure they'll be fine, right? They're dead, Jim. They're dead. What? Oh, right, wood. Speaking of wood, sawmill. Let's get another one. It's off time. It's off time, they said. They hoped. Yeah, don't worry. I'll send more shit. Speaking of which, that also probably means we need that other, like, hunter's thingy. Hunter's hut. Which we can't build because we need wood for that. Go on, play. Carry on. The Dothraki are fine. Half of them just came back all fine, and then Sack Kings. That was so stupid. Don't get me going again. Don't get me going on it again. And then there's Sack King's Landing while the entire city burned or exploded. How? Careful, mate. Today, still hundreds of them are after that. They even walked through the city after that. Literally all of them died in that god-forsaken charge. Fuck. You do realize that once the Dothraki had their blades in hand, they could have flanked the entire body of undead and gone straight for the White Walkers. There were just 12 of them, and all it takes is a lucky stroke from a Dothraki to kill them. Don't get me going again. Dothraki should have been up on the hills and waiting to be useful. Cav charges are not that useful against people who don't route or fight information. Or, you know, there being 100,000 of them. No, they didn't have... No. They just had their fucking razor blades. That's all they had. Their fucking arrows. That's all they had. Which is not Valyrian steel, and it's not dragon glass, so it wouldn't have done shit against the dead. But it seems that Daenerys had forgotten about the... how that works. With dragonglass arrows and enhanced blades, they could have easily killed out chunks of the undead and slaughtered them. Well, the idea was that there were 100,000 of them. Now, that was the idea, but... again, apparently they just kind of forgot about that. So, oh, right, there's homeless people. That's, first of all, Hunter's Hut. Second of all, we need tents. We need tents to interrogate. Which tends to work best when they're alive. What am I even saying? Quoting Pirates of the Caribbean. Picking off chunks of the army and then retreating before they can counterattack. That would have been nice instead of, you know, smashing them into the goddamn wall. I'm looking forward to getting further into the book, though. It's, as I said, I'm only 33 pages in right now, but it's really good. It's really solid. And everyone is much fucking younger than in... Have I not been sending these motherfuckers out? No. My bad. And none of you told me that I had these goddamn scouts waiting. I can't use the excuse of the damn overlays on the screen either. Motherfuckers are supposed to warn me of this shit. God damn it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting further in the book, and everyone is a lot younger in there. Like Jon Snow at the start is like 14, and Ned Stark is like 32. It's like, what? This becomes an entirely different story when everyone is this fucking young all of a sudden. Like, the fuck? I know I've got a lot of people unemployed right now. Don't worry, it's no problem. I'm on it. Right, nighttime, which means not a whole lot is happening. Unless I start forcing people to work through the night. Right, we got the funerals, we got the emergency shifts, the extended shifts. Let's go for some child shelter. Children will be safer if they stay in the shelters during the day, and they won't cause any mischief.
Listen, everyone. New law is signed.
We're gonna put these people to work as soon as we can. Right, let's get some engineers working here, actually. Alright, we got 6 engineers left. That'll be perfect for another workshop as soon as we have the resources. I do like how in this game the buildings like randomly connect to each other. You know, buildings of the same type, they form this connection between if there's no street running between them. That's really nice, I like it. There's also different building models, by the way, as you can see. Another really nice thing about this game. The show age everyone up to make it less creepy. Yeah, Daenerys may or may not be like 13 in the books, which does make shit a little bit weird, but you know. I mean, I say weird, but you know. Can't put that shit on television. Coal mining, resource depot upgrade. That'd be nice. More scouts. Yes, please. Allows us to deploy an additional scout team at the beacon. Yes. I'll have to free up some more boys. The workers, of course, are the only ones that can go into the Frostlands. The engineers are much needed here. No one wants to see 13-year-old Danny getting raped by Drogo and then learning how to enjoy it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't quite put that shit on television, right? That would be pretty upsetting. And I imagine the moment people saw something like that on the screen, they'd be tuning out real quick. It's like, yeah, let's not go watch this shit. Aside from the fact that this is, of course, completely illegal. Or 9-year-old Arya murdering people. FBI, open up! Yeah, kinda. We need to do something about this homelessness problem. And we need to build this, like, child shelter thingy. We can build some... here? Is that gonna be enough? No, there's like 19 kids to put in shelters. Now, we need 20 wood to actually build this school thing. Okay, the sawmills are working, right? Built that. Get a street running through. We need more wood for that, god damn it. The end of hit at the kid. I read about that. I also read about why. Apparently Stephen King was coked out of his mind when he wrote all those books. To the point where some of the books he can't even remember reading them because he was so high on cocaine that he has no memory of it. That, and he like managed to somehow finish off like an entire tray of beer in like single nights, which is quite impressive because that's a lot of fucking fluid to handle. So yeah, Stephen King, he may have had a little bit of a drug problem back then. more than a little, actually. A substantial drug problem. That shit is never in any of the three. Of course not, because that would actually be child porn. And you can't put that on television, obviously. No one's at a risk of getting too cold? No, it's fine. As you can see, the cold is not bad enough for... Oh, wait, shit, there are. Oh, okay. That is a... Okay, more scouts. Good, good. That is a gathering post. Let's heat that up. We don't want people to get sick, preferably, since dealing with a bunch of sick people is a real problem in this game. We just got more scouts. This is good. Let's start researching... Sawmill upgrade. How's the coal pile? Okay, we're slowly depleting it. People may be working overtime, but at least they'll be warm doing it. Okay, now with 3 of the workshops going, we got like 150% research speed, I think. And we need 5 workers to... to go out into Frostland. So we'll take some off the coal pile. Actually, I could just take the majority of these. Since that one's almost depleted. Yeah, I imagine as I get further through the Song of Ice and Fire books, the story starts changing drastically from the show. I mean, the age difference alone makes a huge change. Like Jon Snow only being like 14 when he joined the Night's Watch. That's a very different story suddenly. Holy shit. Just a smidge, yes, indeed. Just a smidge of a cocaine problem. It always kind of blew my mind. I've never taken coke, but how the fuck do you take coke and then sit down at a typewriter and write? Well, I mean, I suppose it's not like I personally only have experience with weed. And I think I did psilocybin once, which is basically like mushrooms, not the magic kind. Just, I know they didn't really do a whole lot for me. That's why I stopped doing it. I was like, let's try this once, and then I was recommended to me by a guy at school. I was like, sure, let's try it. I've only done ever weed myself. Now, weed particularly does kind of get the creative juices flowing. You start to make connections that you otherwise don't really see, right? And you also start experiencing things in the moment more, which kind of frees up your mind to do other things. So that's how that works. But for example, I've never taken cocaine, so obviously I don't know what that is. But different kinds of drugs do have different types of effects on people, right? Like, I imagine cocaine allows you to just keep working for I don't know how long. Right, the jail shelter's already... right, okay. There's still 6 sick people, which means we need another medical post. I recently read about a drug that the Soviets used in World War II to keep their soldiers warm. It basically blocks the metabolic system in the body that deals with the creation of the chemical ATP, which is adenine triphosphate, which is basically used as an energy chemical, right? It is what provides the body with energy, and every food source you ingest, or any food you ingest, basically gets turned into that, and that can then be used by the body to do all of its things. But that chemical blocks the creation of that. So what you get is the body starts to go into overdrive trying to produce that chemical while it can't produce it. So you just get this constant reinforcement of, go get those metabolic processes running because we need ATP, but the body can't fucking make it, so work fucking harder and do it more. It's very, very, very dangerous. It can be absolutely lethal if you take a bit too much. It apparently is great for weight loss because obviously the body is like burning through every fucking reserve it has, trying to create more ATP because it's what the body fucking needs to do its shit. You know, keep the heart pumping, move, actuate the muscles, shit like that. So it generates a lot of heat because metabolic processes in the body is what keeps the heat up in the body. And the Soviets used it to keep their soldiers warm in World War II. Obviously it burns right through you, so it's a very fucking bad thing. Don't use that, it's like highly illegal. This cave is or was inhabited. There's a number of footprints leading to the entrance. Survivors, yes, escort. Oh, the fucking polar bears. Alright, now, every time I've tried to attack the polar bears got me. We're gonna try it again. When our scouts attacked the bears, the people in the cave joined them, and together they drove the beasts away. Then they all set out towards the city. Great, that's the first time I think that the polar bears did not eat my scouts. Excellent. Research... Wall drill? No, we don't need a wall drill just yet. Let's go with, medical post upgrade, right? Thanks to improved tools and methods, people employed in the medical post will heal the sick 10% faster. Need 20 wood for that, we don't have that. So yeah, you get these different kinds of drugs, they have very different effects on the body. Now, cocaine apparently makes you able to do shit for a very long period of time. I don't know if you've ever seen The Wolf on Wall Street. It has a scene where Leonardo DiCaprio tries to depict what it is like to snort a bunch of cocaine. I think he did an excellent job. You really kind of immerse yourself in the character. Not that I've any... That's what I'm saying. Not that I have any experience snorting coke, not in that sense. But he does a great job playing a coked out of his mind individual. And if that is anywhere near the real life effect, which I imagine is... I can't imagine someone like Stephen King just snorting a whole bunch of it, then sitting down behind a typewriter and be like... punch out a book in like a week. Maybe that's the reason he writes so fast. Maybe that's the secret. George R. R. Martin has frequently remarked on the fact that Stephen King writes books like a madman. Very fucking quick. Alright, medic apprentices or engineer apprentices. Now, engineers basically allow you to research faster, and the medic basically help you to heal the sick faster. I think I'm going to go for engineers, since I have faith in my ability to kind of keep my sick healed. Now, we do have some uncared for sick people right now, but that should fix itself relatively quick. We still don't have the goddamn wood. We need that fucking wood. So I'm gonna take an emergency shift on the sawmill. Get some of that wood. So we can start our research. Could be like J.K. Rowling, where you retcon your books on Twitter. Fix it up to fit modern art. That was so dumb. Like, well, I've heard about. Now, I'm not like a Harry Potter guy. Like, I've read the books when I was a kid. They're pretty nice. Never really got into it. But hearing what that writer does to that franchise on Twitter, it's like, why? Why do that? Why? Just why? Like, why think up the dumb shit? Like, it was not needed. Like, people don't need these weird-ass pieces of information that make them say, what the fuck? Like, it refusal to work? Get all there! No, we're gonna let him rest, don't worry about it. This man will work for 24 hours. It'll be fine. Don't want to work people to death. People are a valuable resource. We have to work hard, but we don't want to work them to death. Except for the wizard shitting on the floor thing. That's what I'm saying. That's so dumb. Why would you ever come out and say that? Now, maybe she's like impulsive like I am. But, like, even I wouldn't be that. At least I like to think that I wouldn't say shit like that if I had a franchise like that running. Because that's pretty fucking stupid. Tone also being like 6 makes things interesting. I don't know what does or does not happen in the books, which does or doesn't happen in the show, so I know, is he still supposed to like marry Marjorie Tyrell for that Tyrell Lannister alliance, or because that does indeed at that point become a pretty weird situation. The two of them actually had a joint writer QA, so I watched that. Seeing George R. R. Martin and King side by side is so odd. Slow and meticulous next to fast and nonsensible. I watched that. I don't think I watched the whole thing. Wait, I did. If it's an hour long, I think I watched the whole thing. Can't remember a lot of it, though. They do seem like very different writers. They all seem like very different people in general. Like, you got King, who is just kind of a regular guy, and you got George, like, being like 15 Stephen Kings. Writing as slow as a 5th or a 15th of a Stephen King. Scouts have returned to the city. Good. Get back out there! Freeze your asses off and head for that, like, sturdy shelter. Bulky cylindrical structure stands over a small hill. Go for it. We need faster scouts. There's a upgrade that allows scouts to go faster. Get that fucking medical post built, guys. Though, I mean, I suppose we are kind of working... Everyone is working from 6 to 8, so... It's kind of my fault, I guess. God damn it, now there's 10 sick people? Shit. The sick people are piling up. This is a problem. Scouts have reached the crash site. They're tangled together in a single frozen mass. This game is pretty dark. This game is fairly dark. Now, we don't need those resources, so I'm not going to send them back to the city just yet. I watched the clips of each subject a while ago. Alright, the temperature is going up. That means we can turn a whole bunch of the heaters off. Apparently, except there, because it's cold as shit. Actually, that still seems pretty chilly. We got more people, which means we need more food. Another hunter's hut. There is always plenty to do. GRM needs to stop going to these things. Stop writing science project. I mean, he's literally he's written like 2 books in between completing the 1 book he was working on. And he's doing all these other things. Like going to press conferences and promoting the show and this and that one. And traveling the world to do random shit. It's like... Sigh. It's been like, what, 15 years or something stupid since the last book came out? Maybe 20. I don't know. He's too old and too fat to write this slow. Well, I mean, at some point, he's just gonna fucking die. Which is really sad, because he's a pretty fucking good writer. We'll find something to put in between here. Like every time I see people that fat in a and no offense to fat people, but this is gonna probably sound fairly offensive, but I mean no offense. Every time I see people that sizable, like George R.R. Martin, who is so clearly so super fucking intelligent. The man is very fucking intelligent. Otherwise, you couldn't write characters like Tyrion Lannister that well. It's very hard to write characters more intelligent than yourself. And then I wonder, does this person just not give a single fuck that if he proceeds the way he does, he's just gonna fucking die? Right, medical post stuff. Good. Like, they're obviously smart enough to know that what they're doing is fucking killing them. Why do they proceed like that? Like, do they really just not care? I mean, that's possible, surely. What do you mean inoperative? Oh, right. Okay. Well, get rid of that. We just finished this. Let's go research. I actually kind of want to try quick tech. Let's go quick tech. Let's also start building these steelworks. As soon as we have the wood to do so. Like, surely if you're that fucking smart, you would... And that old. You would kind of want to take good care of your body, right? I mean, assuming that he has any semblance of interest in living. Which, I imagine he does. Like, I don't understand that. That's the thing I kind of struggle with. Why do people do what they do? No? It's an odd question. Yeah, I'll get to you in a second. I don't want to know about the Age of Heroes in the new series. I want to read a decent ending to the series that the show should have had. Well, apparently he's quite involved in the prequel, so it may be pretty fucking good, but let's wait and see if it actually is. Just wanted to thank you. Back in London, it was only the wealthy that didn't have to send their kids to work. In this new world you're creating, we can see things will be different. Apparently people are very fucking hungry. We need meals, now. In fact, people are starting to starve. Is this a substantial problem? I want to keep this area clear for more child shelters. What am I building there? A cook. Am I building a fucking cookhouse there? Why the fuck am I building a second cookhouse? That's a good question. Alright, I want to get rid of that street. I want to build a bunch of houses there. I'll do that. We need engineers working there. We need the heat up. Just keep up with the heat. We'll be fine. There's a lot of coal coming in. Almost enough for both of those steelworks. He did. He said that, George said that at the end of the show, it felt like a relief now that the show had actually ended. He felt like it was a real weight off his chest, and now he could actually, funnily enough, go back to writing more and more frequently, now that that has been dealt with. Which I thought was kind of funny. Scouts have reached the observatory. Let's go check that out. Something to miss at the observatory. Survivors. Escort them to the city. I'm planning on going fast tech, which will then allow us to... Ah, wait, there it actually goes. We do need some wood to research, though. We can get lighter scout sleds, which will boost their speed by like 50%. We actually only need 30 wood for that, so that's good. Cold homes! You'll have to start heating 5 cold homes within 24 hours. That is not a lot of time. But thankfully we do have the technology, which means I sadly can't do this. Let's get the range upgrade, which should reach all of this. Coal pile is depleted. Isn't a prequel make in a long night that's actually longer than an hour? Yeah. It still pisses me off that the actual the showrunners had no interest in actually doing the show. It was so... It just kills me. Since they had a good thing going from season 1, and then starting with season 2, things kind of started to change, but it was still good. And then up until season 4, which is when they ran out of book material, they just... Well, I mean, it was pretty clear they had no interest in. What? No, fuck you. Actually, sure, have that. There's a lower difficulty level. We can have people be more content. We actually need more hunters. We need a lot more hunters. Are you boys working 24 hours? Yes. This is the moment when we start needing substantial amounts of resources to keep our production going. Hey Dutch, I need an entertainment while I wait for my flight. Mistral, you've come to the right place. How are you doing? We're playing some Frostpunk. We are restarting on a different game. I bought the game on GOG, and now we... Right, I should probably build a path there as well, eh? Yeah, and now we're playing it here. It means we have to restart with the first scenario on normal difficulty. Come on, people, build these goddamn... I need you boys to keep working through the night. I need that research donezo. I should have probably not clicked that. That got discontent at an all-time high. That's dangerous. The only way for people to get to the steel works is over there. It'd be nice to have a secondary road running all along there. Fly, you fool. I'm going to visit the UK before it goes to shit. Well, you better go quick. Because, I don't know if you've heard, but Boris Johnson is president or prime minister right now. People are furious. Don't worry. There'll be no problem, man. There was just a little bit of emergency shifts that were needed. It'll simmer down in a couple days. It's no problem. But yeah, Boris Johnson is now prime minister, which he's kind of like Donald Trump, except that what he's doing is not actually fueled by stupidity, but he's very intentionally seeming like a bad man. Which you may ask, what's the difference? The difference is that he actually manages to get away with all the shit that he does because he's intentionally seeming like a fucking idiot. Which is a fuck ton worse than Donald Trump, because Donald Trump is just actually a fucking retard, whereas Boris Johnson is just seeming like a retard to get away with a whole bunch of dangerous shit. And intentionally lying to people. And he gets away with it because he seems like a retard. Which is way more dangerous than just a fucking idiot. Alright, are the sick at least getting cared for? Most of them, yes. Shit's being heated. It is not too cold in the workplaces. Right, there's no people there right now, so. Generator range upgrade has researched. Okay, this is good. Soon we are going to... Let's actually get those scout sleds first. Outpost? Not necessary. We need 30 wood. Wood is not coming in. That's unfortunate. I'll eventually need coal mining. We'll do that after the scout sleds. Right. We need you boys hunting for food, because our food reserves are actually very, very, very low right now. Any workers I can get from somewhere. Oh, wait, that's not what I meant to click on. Right. Well, that only barely worked. Alright. What do you guys got? Steam cores, wood, and food rations. Sturdy shelter. Take it all. Steel bridge. The steel bridge is the automaton. We must go get that. Must go get that automaton. The scouts have returned safely to the city. Great. Put those people to work. Put those people to work in the steel things. We're gonna need more hunters out soon. I mean, we've got a couple building. Alright, we got a fuck ton of wood from that. Okay, good, good, good. Good, good, good. We got more wood, wood, wood. Let's get the heaters going. This is not currently building. Income, this is putting the future of mankind. Alright, that means we can start research. Lighter scout sleds, get them. I'm digging the YouTube series, now that I don't have a lot of time for the stream. I'm glad people are enjoying the YouTube thing. I believe you mentioned XCOM during the community challenge. Any plans on doing a playthrough? The game is pretty cool. I've been looking at it, but there's a lot of games that we need to play, or well, need to play, that I'd like to play. And XCOM is just one of the many, to be fair. So I do want to get to it. However, the time frame in which I'll eventually get to it, I can't tell you. Let's cancel you. Couple more houses. Okay, well, everything is kind of doing its thing. There's a couple of people unemployed. When the Hunter's Hut is complete, we'll be able to employ 15 more. Which is good. The workers are off there. Employ engineers. We're gonna need the workers. Gonna need to nib 8 more workers in the bum. Bam. 14 available. Time to earn your bread. Everyone's kind of working overtime right now. By the way, these kid shelters should be helping out the workshops now, right? It seems to be a little inconsistent. Educate. Children from child shelters will help at the workshop, speeding up research. Oh shit! I only wait. Every child has a place in a child shelter, but they don't. There's like no, that's less than 30. Never mind. It's fine. It's no problem, man. This efficiency should be more than 100%. It should be 120 right now, but it's not. I believe Boris is going to make a Brexit deal or no deal by October. Let's not start on it, shall we? Watch stuff from a guy named Gavin Free, and he actually had Boris Johnson come to his school. These things, when politicians do these things, they do these things for publicity. They put on the face, you know. I just said let's not get into it. Stop talking about that shit. Let's... Otherwise, I'm gonna go into it. Sustain life.
Hear me. New law in the city.
Right, we need coal mining. Because we don't have any way of actually getting coal, since we don't have a coal thumper. And when those coal piles run out, which they might have just done. Yeah, they just did. That means we need these coal things ASAP. Where's that building? Hang on. Did I not just sign the law to have to build the care house? Oh, no, that's up here. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Besides, we don't have any gravely ill people anyhow. Thankfully. Anything that requires immediate attention, or can I read chat for a bit? No, I can read chat for a bit. Okay. Bro, what did I say about the backseat game? Yeah. The only issue I really have with, for example, people watching YouTube instead of the live stream is, it's a very fucking simple thing. It's that there are fewer people coming into the live streams, which then, for example, start considering things like donations and such. And there are two things that enable me to do this, and that is on-stream donations and the Patreon. And if one of those starts becoming less, that's a problem. And YouTube is not making anyone any money. Unless you're like the size of Eckhart, you're not getting enough money from YouTube to actually do this full time. So that's the only problem. Maybe I should start having a segment at the end of the videos mentioning that, hey, if you like what we do, consider supporting on Patreon. The automaton. Send it to the city. It's crazy that you can dismantle it. Why would you ever do that? Such a silly choice. Right, you guys need to go here actually, because it's faster to go here and then there than to go here directly. Because they're gonna try to trek through all that uncovered terrain. Yes. Alright, the winter home thing. That does mean we're about to have a little bit of a problem. Achievement unlocked. Stay in power after your people threaten me. Politician. Great. Discontent falls and hope rises. Excellent. Well, the workshops aren't currently doing anything since all the people are recovering from the... Apparently not. Okay, now it's properly 120% on these. Good, good, good. I'm building a 4th workshop, which will maximize our... there it is, coal mining. Coal mine! Let's see, are there only 2? 3? Damn. Oh, that cost a steam core! Oh, fuck. Okay, well, that's a steam core gone. I heard a lot of people saying that if you mention to like and stuff, you know the drill, they get more attention than their future videos. If you want to sell out to yourself. Yeah, kinda. See, it's just a very simple case of wanna go for that? Ah, not yet. It's not a problem just yet. I do want the infirmary. But the flying hunters are substantially better than the normal hunters. We have to go through the hunter's gear first. But that doesn't take so long, so let's just get that now. Especially with, like, I don't know how much fucking % research we have going right now. Can we take some engineers? Yes. Bam. There's apparently hungry people right now. Oh shit, there's no people working here. That's a problem. How's the heat? Heat is doing fine, I'd say. We're not having any issues with resources right now, funnily enough. Maybe we're just doing better than normal, maybe it's the difficult setting. Yeah, it's just the nature of the job, right? You gotta realize that it's very difficult to monetize the demographic that streamers like myself and other streamers obviously kind of cater to, right? The younger generation. They don't have a whole lot of money to go around, so it's very difficult to get them to, you know, support stuff with like donations or Patreon or other things. So you have to try to... What a lot of YouTubers do is, you know, they try to play the algorithm by telling people like and subscribe, and, you know, it really helps out the channel, and it really does help out. And that's why you hear so many people talk about that stuff. And it's quite important. Now, for the earlier months of the stream, for like the last 2 to 3 months, I'd say right now, support has dropped quite a bit. It's not as bad that like we have to stop doing this or anything, but it has gone down substantially. Patreon as well. So I have to start considering doing more sellout shit, which I never really had to do because, as I said, we were doing fine, and we're even doing more than fine at one point. Like, we're doing very fucking good. But now that that's kind of gone down, you do need to, or I do need to kind of start considering more sellout stuff. Oh, nice. Convoy. Oh, right, more survivors. Do we escort them or do we send them? Let's escort them. We got another party coming in soon, so they can go to the weather station. Can we get some more workers from somewhere? I mean, I suppose we got a bunch of people coming in soon, so. Alright, everyone now has a job, everyone's doing a thing. We can probably take away some of these working hours to get things like... We do need coal, that is one important thing. Sawmills are still doing their thing. I don't think we need as much wood as that we have right now. So I'm going to transfer these guys to coal mining. Actually, fuck it. We can work longer hours. Doesn't matter. Right, weather station, do it. Anything else I want to say about that? Not really. I mean, I'm not too worried. As I said, we're still... It's not, like, as bad that we have to stop doing this. We're still making enough money that I can easily do this. But we are reaching the point where, for example, if I had gone ahead with my game design study, I'd probably be making more money if I was doing that right now. Now, I don't really mind that, since this job gives me so much freedom and enough perks that it's... I'd easily pick this over working, like, at EA for a bit more cash, right? So I'll happily keep doing this for as long. But yeah, I do need to start thinking about more ways to promote the channel, kind of. Just curious, I know that there was a tier on Patreon for the dev version. Is that removed just to unify everything? No. A long time ago, I got rid of all the technically illegal shit on Patreon, which is stuff like, you know, give a Star Wars mod out for money, that sort of stuff. It used to be the $20 tier that got the dev version, so it was very accessible to people, and it was kind of to try to stimulate people to reach for a higher tier. So the $20 tiers and up, right, we are going for the care houses 100%. It's kind of to stimulate the people to go for the higher Patreon tiers. And it worked pretty well. It was a very popular tier. It was by far the most popular tier. And at the end of each month, the dev build would go out. Eventually, we stopped doing that, and we also removed things like... there was more that was removed, but at this point, it's so long ago that I honestly can't really remember. It's probably bad. What was the other stuff we got rid of? Oh, Hunter Gear, nice. Flying Hunters. There was another thing we got rid of, but what the fuck was it? Not sure, but it was basically just so that if Disney ever, like, if we ever grew bigger, because that was the time when we really started to blow up. If we ever got bigger and, like, Disney or so started looking at what we were doing, they wouldn't, for example, be able to shut down the Patreon because it was linked to Star Wars. That's also why specifically in the Patreon it says this is to support the stream and this is to support the YouTube channel and not the remake mod. That's specifically why it says that. Alright, we got one coal mine, we got 2 steelworks fully operational. We got 1 sawmill operational, and we got a second one ready in case we need more. We got 4 workshops, which is max research efficiency. Except, of course, for people being sick, but that's just gonna happen. Care house promise fulfilled, hope rises. Everything is going well right now. Heaters are on. We are burning quite a bit of... We are burning quite a bit of coal, but I still think... Okay, so technically we do need to get a little bit more coal efficiency going. That's okay, we got quite a bit of time before that runs out. Food balance, right. We need to upgrade to those flying hunters. And everyone has a house. I'd say we're doing great. I hadn't considered that to be a legal thing. It makes total sense. Well, a lot of people don't give a shit, right? I mean, you got Fractal Sponge charging people $40 an hour to do modeling, and his shit takes like 30 to 100 hours to model. So it's not like we are making fucking so much bank here that Disney will go after us. But if we're gonna base if I'm gonna base my work on this and my life on this, I want to be absolutely sure that there's not going to be any legal trouble down the line, even though the small miniature chance that it is. That, and it was causing at some point substantial issues in the modding community, that there were a lot of modders that started to speak out against what I was doing specifically. No one else was doing it, basically. Eventually, people like Corey and who else was so fucking adamant about it? There was someone else that was really fucking angry about it. I can't remember who it was. Started basically saying, alright, you're basically selling the mod for money right now. Which totally was not the intention. You know, the mod is obviously fucking free to download, but since the dev version at that point was substantially more advanced than the let's upgrade these. Substantially more advanced than the released version. They were like, well, technically you're selling them off for money and that's not fair. And your Burnstrop, that was it, obviously Burnstrop. He started saying things like, you're endangering the entire modding community by doing this. Oh, Disney's gonna shut us all down, yo, yeah. But that's just him being jealous as usual. I didn't care too much about that. I did, however, care people like Corey and such, you know, Bob, people that I respect speaking out against it. So I eventually said, all right, guys, we'll stop it. We'll shut down the dev build. And people like Corey even came up with alternatives. Things like, well, maybe you could start doing other stuff. I, for example, do things like the community challenge to still interact kind of with the Patreons, right? You could start doing that instead. And I'm like, great, happily start doing that instead. Weather station, take it all. How much resource do you have right now? Oh, coal mine or Windsor home? Windsor home. Yes. Oh, right. People start getting depressed as soon as you start nearing Winter home. Flying hunters are ready. Time for the infirmary? Nah. Hothouse? Bunkhouse. Coal mine optimization. That's what I was looking for. Right, steel production is in full swing. We don't have a... Oh, great. Steam core. I was just about to say we don't have a steam core to build another steelworks, but no, not steelworks. Cool thing. Oh, and now we need steel. Okay. Well, that'll pop up in just a second. But yeah, it was partially the legal stuff. Things like, I just want to have this absolutely sure. And again, it's not like I am the most illegal motherfucker making money off of Star Wars. That's absolutely not the case. You got entire businesses being built on like selling things like t-shirts and toys and shit without any sort of deal with Disney. So if anyone's gonna get fucking shut down, it's gonna be those people. And again, people like Fractal Sponge way before me, but I'd still rather have it sure, you know? A little bit of assurance for when you're doing this as your fucking job is nice to have. So, right, now that there's a bunch more people, put them to work. Let's also upgrade the remainder of our Hunter's Huts to hangars. We need steel for that, which we currently don't possess. So let's do that. We also have all of our wood full right now. We don't need another child shelter. We're doing good on those. I don't think we'll ever need... Actually, we will eventually need more, so let's just build them now. But it was also partially because, as I mentioned, other modders started getting a little bit eerie about it. Bokovnik, welcome back to the stream, man. How are we doing today? I hope it's about as hot in Russia as it is in the Netherlands. It's quite pleasant right now. Oh shit, we got a bunch of homeless people. Where do we... Oh shit, I completely... That's a little bad. We'll make do. That's gonna get very cold eventually. That's also going to get very cold eventually. Let's do that, and let's do that. I basically want full access through all these buildings. Ease of access for the people, so to say. Coal mining optimization researched, excellent. There was a specific thing I want. Right, steelworks, improved steelworks, more steel. You have a scout win, thank you. Well done, Krause. Well done. What the hell is he? Oh, right, that's the automaton. Yeah. Yeah. Ah, good times. Good times. There was a very, like, hours-long talk eventually in the mod hub with basically everyone pitching in. And it was a very clear, unified voice, like, we're not happy about this, bro. And eventually I was like, okay, guys. Obviously you had Strom in the middle of it saying, like, he doesn't give a shit about the modding community, he only gives a shit about making his own money, and if you think he's gonna give a shit, you're wrong, he's just evil, you should just ban him. I don't think he was outright saying that one, but he was very clearly implying. God, I dislike that man. He dislikes me too, if you haven't noticed yet. I don't think we... Yeah, I mean, the hunters. The hunters hangar would be very nice since they produce like 30 food a day, whereas the hunters hut's only 20. So that is a substantial increase, but you do need a lot of steel to get that going. So we first need that advanced steel works, and then we can start really upgrading all that. I hope maybe some of these guys will bring back more steel, but that's a difficult thing to get a hold of. Are there still homeless people, even now? No, with all these shelters, people will all have homes. I just saw a miracle. I made an overcomplicated turret, and it was 1.8 megabyte! And then when I loaded the computer, it was only 640? That's generally not a good thing. You probably want to look into that, Polkovnik. That's generally not a good... Can I also just say that I've been doing this without a single fucking Steam thingy? I don't even have that research. We're at tier 2 right now. I do not even have the Steam Hub research. How is the heat on the outlying houses? Quite fucking chilly. Are we still running a deficit on coal? Yeah. Bam, problem solved. Everything running optimally? Yeah, everyone except the cookhouse. But you don't need a lot of people on the cookhouses, right? You do need to kind of spread these out so that people can from everywhere kind of get their food, right? If you stuff all the cookhouses like back here, all the people working over here will have to walk all the way across the city and you'll lose a lot of time. I learned that one right quick. Yeah, generally if you're losing that much file size on something, you should look into it. Just not a good thing. Are there 0 gravely ill right now? That's good. You promised people warmth, you delivered. That's what we do. Now, when we're gonna ask you guys in a second if we want... Let's just wait. We climbed up to the edge of the city. We stood there speechless, staring at the scene of devastation. The city is dead. Most of the buildings are destroyed and the generator has exploded. The fall of Winterhome. There's another scenario we need to check out later. The streets of the ruined city are littered with the scores of dead bodies. The City Chronicle describes a shortage of food and citizens' increasing despair. The following squabbles, riots, and descend into anarchy. Fights for dwindling resources and the eventual starvation. The last entry. God forgive us. We're eating our dead. There is no hope. There can be no hope in this hell. No hope at all. We're on our own. Take those steam cores. And then everything descends into a panic. No, we're angry. Oh wait, shit, this is where the Londoners come, isn't it? Shit. We had full hope and those motherfuckers dropped it down like 10%. Oh shits. Oh shits. Each and every one of them. Winterhome has fallen. They're all dead. How will we survive here without any help? We have to go back to London. London is dead too. There is no hope for us in this frozen desert. People start to gather as the news of the fate of Hinterwome spreads through the city. Some of them want to drop everything and flee to London. Panic is starting to set in. We must give them purpose. Alright. Fuck. What do we do? How far do we go? Do we go with order and discipline, aka dictatorship? Or do we go with faith and spiritual strength, aka religious? It's less of a dictatorship, but it can still get pretty bad. What would you guys like to see? I'm gonna wait a bit until people have time to respond. Catch up. Which ones would you like to see? We can go full dictatorship if we like. However, with this difficulty setting, I don't think it's necessary. We can breeze through it on either faith and spiritual strength or a lower version of order and discipline. Saw faith before, I'd like order just to see it. That's a good fucking reason. In fact, that's excellent. Now, I've seen both. Faith and spiritual strength is a very useful tree. There are a couple of things that are good. No, actually, there's like very few. Basically, everything at the start of order is pretty pointless. Eventually, you get one ability, which is very fucking good. The foreman. The foreman increases for 24 hours. Increases the production of a building by 40%. And you can do that on any building. That's insane! Efficiency increased by 40% is insane. Now after that, at the very end of the tree, you start getting the KGB effect, right? Which is where you can become full dictator. But the end of the tree is pretty good. But the end of the tree is also pure evil. I think we're going to try order and discipline, just to show you guys. Grass made a good point. Let's go with the order and discipline. Purpose. Neighborhood watch. We need to mobilize and stand together to help people in need and protect them from troublemakers. After introduce new building, the watchtower. Watchtowers will increase the hope of people living nearby. You have to build 2 watchtowers.
Hear me. New law in the city.
15 wood, 5 steel. Easy, easy. It would be nice to dismantle some of these and then plop that in the middle. How about we dismantle you? We dismantle... Ah, come on. Does that not fit? Assholes. Shit, yeah, the rest is kind of scattered, isn't it? It's kind of all concentrated like right there or maybe over here. So let's build another one like maybe about there. Wish I could build it there. Or maybe like here. This doesn't reach shit. God damn it, these are terrible building positions. I really messed that one up. I think I'm gonna dismantle that. I'll show you the rest of the tree in just a second. Obviously, you can't see the start at the very beginning, but there are a couple that you can see. Or purpose, right. Morning gathering. We'll gather each morning to make sure our goals and priorities for each day are clear. Morning gatherings will slightly raise hope from time to time, and hope will rise slightly in general. Guard station, which is like the Neighborhood Watch 2.0. Instead of increasing hope... Oh no, they still raise hope, okay. But they also lower discontent. And you can use the guards to break up protests. And you have to build 2 of them. But that's okay, you can simply upgrade the Neighborhood Watch. And then you get to the prison propaganda center. That's when you start going to the shit heap. Kazaran, welcome back, mate. Welcome back. It's... Fuck, that was awful, Mistral. I expect better. I expect better, jokes. That was awful. That could have come out of my mouth. The unconvinced want to leave. Sir, you convince the majority, but hope is low. A group of people are so scared that they want to flee the city in 15 days. They've come to change your mind. I don't even know what kind of accent that is. You say order will save us, nonsense. Or what are we going to orderly decide who to eat first when we start to starve? Ideally not. If we don't try to reach London, we'll end up like Winterhome. Calm down, we're not going to die. The Londoners. Motherfuckers. Every single one of them. Your people are divided. Some of them are so scared they plan to leave the city for London. In 15 days, they'll try to convince others to join them, preying on their discontent. Fear may lead people to desperate acts. Maintain peace, give people hope, and manage their discontent to guide the city safely through the looming social crisis. Now, this, on higher difficulty levels, is very fucking difficult, as we know. What? People join the London... Fuck them. Fuck them. Don't worry, we'll get organized. We're actually doing fine. I mean, resources-wise, our facilities are working. We're producing a lot of shit. Like, we got wood, we got coal, we have iron coming in. Substantial amounts of it, actually. We have 4 research buildings, and they're being boosted by the engineering apprentices. We got food for days. At least, do we have food for days? No, we don't. Let's upgrade some more hunters' hangers. Ah, good. Those places are gone. Alright, let's build those watchtowers in the designated places. As with most things in this game, they go up into height. Oh, wait, scouts. Oh, I didn't even give him a new destination. Shame on me. Shame on me. I can't wait to show you guys some of the other city layouts. Like, this is just a giant fucking crater. There's way different layouts. Let's go to 2 times speed. Oh, you can govern that using the hotkeys. Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, fuck. Oh, get over it. I rest my arm on, it's kind of like a placemat type thingy. It's more comfortable. Keeping your arm on. Our first automaton has arrived, folks. It's here. Now, as we all know, automatons are great. They replace entire work crews. And I'm sure we'll get a prompt explaining that soon. I'll let you read that if you want. I need to start preserving my voice, guys. I've noticed that if I do these long, like 12-hour streams, and I start talking relatively loud and reading all this shit out, I get very sore after like 6 hours. Which is also incidentally what she said. Or that's what he said about her. I don't know. It's like the opposite, right? They really are a marvel. And it is fucking I'm sure that's what Ellie said. Right, we got the steam steelworks now, okay. Sawmill? Don't really need it. I would ideally like an infirmary, though. We're gonna need this sooner or later, and it's probably gonna be sooner. It's probably gonna be sooner, let's just get it. Alright, now you do actually have to employ people here. People feel more hopeful. Let's employ 2 people at each watchtower. Whole prices. Good. And as mentioned, of course, the people living nearby the watchtowers will be substantially more hopeful. Now, they got these beautiful little searchlights which are going around the city. Right, let's upgrade those steelworks. Bam. Of course, the, let's see, the difference is substantial from 40 per day, so we had 80 since we had 2, to 70 a day, so 140. had to do some basic arithmetic there for a second. I was like, 70 times 2 is, don't worry, it's fine. So we'll now be getting a substantial amount more steel. Yeah, let's try to get this scenario done so we can do another one today. As I said, I do want to show you guys the other types of layouts. Weather station, because they're just way more interesting. Coal mine. Sure. No, wait. I mean, we should go to the American camp. There's important shit there that we need to get. Where is that? Oh man, that's like, oh god damn it. That is so far down the tech tree. Fine, let's try to exhaust this area first. Snowcliff. Snowcliff Chamber, someone lives there. The lonely human figure we saw has disappeared. Steam cores, food rations, and wood. Take all this shit. I don't know how much further. Fine, just get there. And you get to that American camp and it's quick. Alright, Steam Hub researched. We don't need an outpost depot. Getting more automatons would be a godsend. Since of course they are excellent. Excellent workers. They don't take food, they don't take beds, they're everything you want in a worker. Let's go for the infirmary first. So we can replace these medical posts. Though I guess we don't have any steam cores right now, so, you know. Where do we want to put that guy to work? Did I have like an idle saw? No, in fact I've got idle people. Can I have an automaton? No. That'd be slightly silly, she. Let's put him to work at one of the sawmills. Now we got enough people to crew a new hangar. We also have plenty of wood right now. I suppose we could build a couple new tents. Yeah, I suppose I did kind of fuck up that lining, but it's no problem, man. Here, spend a bit more wood. Once construction is complete, we'll start getting steel a lot faster. The advanced steel works are really good. Or steam steel works? I'm not sure what it's upgrading into. Let's see. Steam steel? Whatever. Doesn't really matter. Steam steel works, right? I heard a prompt coming up. What? Guys. The homes are fine. Just put on a blanket. It'll be okay. Okay, well, I mean, it may be minus 40. It's probably not fine, but let's heat all of them. I'm sure this will be no problem, right, guys? Oh, right. We need steel for that. Yo, Steelworks, can you maybe get yourself online? I kind of need you. Like, now. Is this game only SimCity, or is there, like, conflict, like Civ? No, there's no real conflict in this game. It's definitely a survival type game. You don't really fight anything beside the cold and discontent. Now, there are scenarios where there is a lot of, like, class division and shit, and you have to really calm people down. But you don't go around with, like, squads of secret police murdering people. At least I don't think that the law tree has that. But we'll try to go up a little bit further on the tree and we'll see what happens. But you don't go around with, like, squads killing other cities. At least not that I've seen. But I've done 3 of the 4 scenarios, so. Why did you guys... Ability cooldown has not expired yet. Alright, well, I'm not interested in coal, so... More coal than we can use. The coal mine was operational until very recently. We can restart the mine. And they... I'm not gonna make that joke. Let's take everything, because I have no interest in a steam or in a coal mine. A steam mine. No. A coal mine. May need to start employing a couple more guys at the cookhouse. To cook all that raw food into meals. Alright, now as you can see, the watchtowers, they house a couple of guys. Apparently none at this point. Efficiency 50%. I mean, now that we have enough people, let's employ them all. People nearby a little more hopeful, and of course you got the nice searchlights doing their thing. These people have 4 steam cores. We cannot lose this group of people. Oh. Some children who were evacuated from winter home. Oh, right, this was the slightly dark storyline. Oh, can you guys read that? No. Now you can. Little survivors. We talked to the children in the hideout. They said that one of their teachers and some hunters took them out of Winterhome on a secret adventure. One night, teachers told them that they were going to stay here for a while. When the food ran low, their guardians went back to get more, but they didn't return. It seems that these kids were evacuated in time before things in their city got really ugly. Escort the children to the... No, send the... that's a bad... We'll send them, we'll catch up with them. We gave the children a map and pointed them in the right direction. They looked at us in disbelief and the youngest started to cry. Ooh, left with no other choice, they set out towards the city in a long, ragged column. There's a few dozen of them, but we don't think we'll need to prepare quite that many bunks. Don't worry, we'll catch up with them. As soon as we reach Freshwater Springs, we'll circle back to them. Don't worry, we're not leaving them all to die in the cold. That was not quite the intention there. We've got so much fucking wood that we cannot spend. Mostly because we lack steel. haven't played Anno. Beautiful looking game though. I've seen screenshots. Why are people getting so... Oh, right, because it's cold. It's about to get colder. We need to get enough steel for those goddamn... Come on, we need to get those fucking things online. I know the Londoners are getting more followers. I hate how the city just stops at night. There's nothing you can do. Shit just stops. Give me some... Generator power upgrade. You need 20 steel for one of these. Alright, heaters are already on everywhere where it should be needed. Except maybe there, but we'll heat this using the things. So don't worry about it, it's no problem, man. I do want the infirmaries warm though. Can I put this a little bit out of range so that when I get the range increase I don't completely fuck myself with the positioning that I have going on here? Wait, I did say heat all the homes, so... Okay, so what if we took that down to like level... Fuck it, just... Built the damn steam hubs. We'll build the damn steam hubs and that'll be the end of it. Any other homes we need to heat? Probably. We're, as usual, strapped for steel. Putting the automaton on steel production doesn't even really help because the percentage increase I don't think is actually worth it. At least I don't think so. I mean, he may work 20... Yeah, but... Less emergency shifts, I suppose. Let's just put the fucking automaton on. Alright. Which other homes need heating? These guys, okay. Good, generator power upgrade. I do like the visual upgrades that the generator get. It's very top heavy right now. Which may also be what he said about her. That's it. Infirmary, right. I need steel for that. What do you mean I need steel? Oh, right, all these motherfuckers carry all the steam cores. We got 6 steam cores in transit right now and 0 here. Give me steel. I need steel. We need steel. An industrial society like this needs a lot of steel. Generator efficiency. I'd rather have something like steel efficiency, but you know. That's not gonna happen anytime soon. If we get the healthcare isolation, we can stop 3 of these fucking generators. Or 3 of these heaters. Ooh. Sir, a child climbed the generator, slipped and fell, but was thankfully caught by a neighborhood watch member who was on patrol nearby. He then escorted the child to his mother and gave them both a good talking to. Could have ended with a broken leg or worse if it wasn't for our watchmen, a neighbor commented. We're lucky to have them. I'm glad that ended well. Don't you also get the ability to, like, send out patrols? Oh, not yet. Yeah? Okay, we got this freshwater springs. More survivors. Oh, fuck, more? Shit, okay, I'm gonna send these guys to the city as well. Okay, well, it is gonna take a bit longer for us to get to those fucking kids, but we'll just finish this side of the map and then circle on back. And besides, these motherfuckers are almost back with like 4 steam cores, so. We can start replacing the medical posts with infirmaries, which are a lot better, obviously. What is your goal in these scenarios? Survive the amount of death that is heading your way. Book of Laws. Purpose. I need that guard station. Rather, I want that guard station. Hit me up with all of these guard stations. Upgrade the watchtowers to guard stations, which are twice as high. And twice as good. We're all doing good. People are being kept warm. Ah shit, we still have that one thing left to upgrade. But we are so strapped for steel right now. Yeah, we're also strapped for food. I don't know, are we strapped for food? Well, we are one. Okay, not currently, that's good. Coal. Substantial deficit. Let's go back to... That was my fault. That was all me. That was entirely my own stupidity. Sir, people are talking openly about overthrowing you. Bereft of hope, they see no future in our city and they blame you for that. What should we do? Well, we can't send the guards to silence them because we don't have a fucking guard station. You will have 2 days to raise hope. We must hold out for a couple more days. So, let's do the most sensible thing and break up all the infirmaries in preparation of building the more advanced version. Poison777 has followed and also subscribed. I didn't catch the follow, it didn't play for me. But welcome to the damn War Council. We're not doing too hot in the city right now. But as we like to say here on this live stream, it's no problem, man. You fuck up. Daniel, what are you talking about? We are doing fine. There may be a slight lack of hope, alright? People may be talking about overthrowing us. Revolution may be brewing in the streets. But you know what else is brewing in the streets? The guard patrols that are going to prevent the revolt, I suppose. That's... Yeah, we're in pretty bad right now. Poison. Shit. 777 coming in with the $5 Twitch subscription. Thank you for your support, man. Welcome to the War Council. I got a pretty tight community here. And people usually enjoy themselves. Oh shit. New game. Yeah, I bought the game on GOG. How cold are we right now? We're actually pretty fucking chilly. We need to actually put this up to level 2. Like, what I just did was completely pointless. Restored hope in people's hearts. Well, that was quick. I'm sorry, what? Storage near capacity? Didn't you just say we are running a complete deficit? We're running a gigantic deficit. The fuck are you talking about? Oh, right. We just got a whole bunch of steel from these guys. Okay, got it. Just got a bunch of shit coming in from them. Let's upgrade our remaining hunter thingy. And let's... We need to do something. We need to do something. We need to get that third coal mine running. Because otherwise it'll be us running for our lives. Out of the city, back to London, which is incidentally also dead. Healthcare isolation, great. Now that we are upgrading to infirmaries. Only one Steam. What the hell cost me all those Steam cores? Oh, they were the ones with the 4. Oh, we only had 2. Right. Okay. Fuck. Generator efficiency? Generator burn 10% less coal? Go for it. Yeah, what's the choice, dude? Zero hope. Rip. What are you talking about, guys? We're in deep shit. We're in deep shit. You fuck up. And the crisis is already resolved. Thanks, bro. Long-time fan of yours. Glad to hear it. Welcome to the stream. Always happy to have more people chatting in chat. We usually have a good time. I disabled some of the UI features. Oh, wait. I should set back to that so you guys can see what's going on. I disabled the chat from the screen so you get to see more of the game itself. The game's pretty enough to show off. So it should be pretty good. Now, we may or may not have just sent like 35 children through the raging cold. One has sadly passed away. It was an emergency measure. I was in fact to blame. I may have sent them through trekking through the snow for several days. But then, I gave them a map and I said go that direction, and then one of them started crying literally, and yeah. The plan was to circle back, but then we found a bunch more shit that we had to go to first. Don't worry, we're circling back soon. Some trees in this grove bear deep cuts in the shape of a cross. We found some bones scattered around them. Great. Buried shame. Poking around the trees marked with crosses, we found shallow graves under each of them. The dead bodies, like most of the bigger muscles, and some bones bear signs of cutting tools. The corpses have been obviously stripped of edible parts. Now we know what kept the survivors by freshwater springs alive. We'll leave graves intact, but we can cut the trees for wood. Now please circle back to those kids. Now there's another group of people, but they're at least escorted by 20 adults. So we're gonna go to the now 34 children that probably desperately need our help. Let's see, is it faster to go to the kids first, or... No, we go to the large convoy and then we'll intercept the kids along the way. Our scout sleds are faster than the kids trekking through the snow. We'll catch them. Don't worry, we're going in for some kind of redemption here. Does the coal mine have a limit? No. See these deep underground coal deposits? They're just like the steelworks and the wall drill. They're infinite, I'd say. Not infinite, but you'll never deplete them, basically. Sending children to the cold alone with no protection, and most of them will die. Thus, at the very least, you will send some of them to work at the coal mine. No, the ones that will survive, which are hopefully going to be all 34, don't worry. Which are hopefully going to be all 33. Shit. Oh. Which are hopefully going to be all 33. That we are going to intercept with our scout sleds to make sure that they get home safely. We'll escort them back as soon as we get there. It's no problem. They will not be sent to work in the coal mines after their ordeal. We have child shelters to keep them safe in our city. They will not have to work for our food, for their food. They'll be fine. Aside from the PTSD, but they'll be fine. I'll build a thing for him. 2, in fact. Practically speaking, the kids can't work, I believe. I'd save the adults. Don't worry, it's the normal difficulty setting. I'll tell you a little bit about this game. I played a lot of this game. Well, a lot. Here's what happened. The first time I played this game, I did it in normal difficulty, right? I one-shot it. I managed to save the city at the end, right? We went through the gargantuan amount of death that came our way, and we lived. First try. Was off-stream, though. Now, the second time we played this game, I said, alright, guys, this was off-stream, so I didn't show you guys. But, to compensate, we're gonna do Survivor mode this time, which is where you get no pause. Every difficulty setting is set to brutal, which is fucking insane. And if you fuck up, there's no saves, bro. There's no saves. So, we did that as well. Now, there were a couple of close calls, but we did it. Second try, Survivor mode. So, I played a couple more scenarios off stream, because I was just, I love this game and I wanted to play some more. I should have really streamed that, but I didn't. Sorry about that. We will be streaming the rest now. Then I bought the game on GOG, which is a different version of the game. Londoners game, or we need to up the hope. We need a, don't we have patrols or something? I thought we had patrols. Where's my goddamn patrols at? Oh, right, they're up here. Okay, well, we'll get there soon. Don't worry about it. It's no problem, man. Are all the people, sick people cared for? No, we need those goddamn, we need those steam cores back so we can, so we can get the other infirmary. Because right now we have sick people not being treated. That's unacceptable. Are the kids? It's They'll be fine, guys. Show me someone that doesn't have PTSD in the city, and I'll show you a dead person. Yes, work harder. That's the solution. Do it. Okay, coal is going up. Wood is maxed. Steel is going up. Now, we don't have any steam core, so we can't build that other infirmary. Those guys are not happy. The guys up in that tower, they're getting fucked. Imagine getting night shift. It's already shit. It's cold. This place is literally open in the air. It's not well isolated. You're sitting at night. It's dark. You haven't had a fucking single molecule of vitamin D in your body all month. Because you've been running night shifts. And then the generator right there is just... Oh... Fuck. At least our food is fine. The kids don't have to work. They're engineer apprentices. They can help out in the workshop. You know, the research. Efficiency coming up. We're fine. There's no problem. See, we just got efficiency upgrade. It's good. We're fine. Let's large resource that's a new building. Wait, what? What does that do? You will be store 50% more. Get that. I need that. Our wood is full, and our coal and steel is also about to hit the max. Which probably means we need to start spending some of that on useful things. The point is, I mean, our people are still living in tents right now. We should be building some fucking houses. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, guys. We're good. We'll intercept them. 4 hours to arrive. And save all the 31. See that? Excellent. What's happening here? The American camp. What's up with the Yanks? There's not a living soul in the camp. We found about a dozen emaciated bodies. Surprisingly, most of them were amputees. Do you have good news? Steel and steam okay. Good. Fitted with prostheses. The American camp was well supplied with everything except food, much unlike real-life America. Searching the tents, we found more victims of hunger. Why didn't they just build a McDonald's nearby? Most of them have badly torn but sophisticated artificial limbs bearing the company symbol Tesla manufacturing. We can only bury them and take their shit. Boys, I need those steam cores. I'm gonna be honest. I know these guys are coming in, so we probably don't need that. We'll just go to the temporary settlement, and that'll be the end of it. Is there someone up there that we can see? No? That's probably for the better. How many will be back? Less than you. Sir, our people are worn out. Some of them have been working extended shifts for days on end. Their efforts are taking its toll and they're becoming restless. They deserve a break. Ah! You'll have to keep working regular shifts everywhere for 3 days. I mean, I suppose we have enough resources, right? This is, it literally can't go tits up, as I once heard someone say. Discontent is low. Hope is slightly higher. There's no problem. The guards aren't happy. The generator is running. There's food aplenty. And there's a depot upgrade in the works. It's perfect. Alright there, Governor. I heard your predecessors been making a mess. But we're here to set things right. Once and for all. We apparently got the depot upgrade. Now we're going to go to a large resource depot. See, if we're gonna live through all this shit, we are gonna really need to have enough resources. And as it turns out, stockpiling large amounts of resources is crucial in that endeavor. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take all these and stockpile them. 6 asses high. Folk, we have 31 kids coming in. They're all going to be safe. You see, we got all these child shelters. They'll house them. All our research is not currently happening. Why is that? Oh, Jesus. Don't use the extended shift. Does that mean I can't use the emergency shifts either? Let's drop a save before we do that, because I feel like if we fuck that up, we got a problem. We're here to restore order. If this causes anarchy and is gonna cause a whole bunch of revolution. Oh, great. That don't, in fact, mean that. I'll even turn on the heater for you. How's that for generosity? Are people working here? Yeah, but it's pretty cold. Why is that building warmer than every other place? Heater, building isolation. Right, that's because no one's there. Right. Well, given the fact that that's chilly and that's cold, we should probably begin that automaton working there. What? What kind of bullshit is that? Why did it just get 10 degrees warmer in that building? I don't know what kind of fuckery that is. We'll sort that shit out later. Scouts have reached the temporary settlement. Children dying due to Dutch choices, we call him. It's a long nickname, but accurate. I bet they have a great view from inside that cloud. Well, you know, it's the equivalent of the inhabitants close to that watchtower saying fuck you. It's kind of like putting a balloon up to a camera, you know. That's kind of why they placed that there. We don't question it. It just works. Where's these scouts at? Right, temporary settlement. The settlement seems to have been abandoned and consists of several tiny wooden shacks that are now completely empty. An upright boulder stands at its center. This is the normal difficulty setting. How many will be back alive? Daniel Akron, I'm guaranteeing you all these motherfuckers are gonna be back alive. No, wait. All these chaps and chapats are gonna make it back fine, all 31 of them. Do you know for fuel for the heater? You fucker. Send the children out to the tundra with a map and a pen on the back. That's what happened, and they'll be fine, mate. Take all their shit. Head to the, fish. Walled colony. There we go. It'll be fine. You sound a bit like... Did you just say you sound a bit like Trump? Are we going to initiate the Trump police state here? What even is this accent? We don't know. We don't question it. These things, they just happen sometimes. Technology tree, let's see what we got. Let's get a resource depot outpost thingy. Large Jesus Christ, that's... Holy fucking tits. I can build like 4 of these for that space. Jesus. Well, that's all our steel and wood gone. Did you say that's all our wood gone? Writing on the wall is fine. Oh, wait. It's fine. Just remove it. You know, it's these damn kids with all their graffiti, you know. I mean, we may have like 27 kids in here and they're apparently not doing anything. What is this accent even? Oh, I don't know, governor, but it's not English. Fuck. Just hit me up with the... How Trump do we want to go? Are we gonna tell the people that everything is gonna be fine? It's okay. There's gonna be no refugees. We're gonna build a wall. Around the city, it's gonna be a wall of ice. You know, there's this ice wall in Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones. They had a wall. It was 700 feet, but our wall is gonna be 1,400 feet. It's gonna be a big wall. There's gonna be no immigrants, except the ones we bring in and let in. It's gonna be no problem. You know, the people, they come to me and they tell me, it's gonna be no problem, man. Now unleash the Gestapo. The people that have to be instructed, they have to be told, they have to be protected, is how it works. We're gonna keep the... It said extended shifts. It did not say emergency shifts. There's barely any wood left. That's okay, I got plenty of wood down there. Wait, we have to do the we have to do the weird bottle opening. Hang on, I can do this. Hang on, I can do this. It's okay. We got the resources. We got the men. We got the steam cores. We got the economy. We're gonna patch it up. We're gonna make the city great again. We're gonna build an infirmary. Right now, the world's laughing at us. But when we build our second infirmary, it's gonna be fine. Who needs healthcare when you have a propaganda center? You don't want to prioritize healthcare of the well-being of your people. Who knew healthcare would be so complex? Sounds like communist bullshit to me. I have lots of experience with this. Very good genes. Oh, right there. See, even the temperature is warming up to my policies. I told you this would work. Is this a sign from the divine that we are meant to rule? And we rule. Research depot. That's a lot of steel, mate. How much steel did we just blow on the... Some would say that we're going to regret this, but it's all in the name of making us great again. All paths lead to Rome, but no paths lead to our research depots. But they do now. We're gonna have warmth through all our buildings. We have the best healthcare. Everybody knows it. Everybody's talking about it. We got the best people. We got the best infirmaries. We got the best healthcare. There is no sick people in this town. Don't forget China. Thank you. I'll remember that. China. Sorry. China is gone. China could not stand up to the cold, but we are Americans. We work through that. Why? Because we work hard. We work hard and we play hard, and that is why we made it and China did not. Propaganda center is hot. We need the smartest people in the propaganda center. Boom. The propaganda center can now keep track of people's attitudes and influence them. Hope up rises through the roof. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Grab that hope. Ride by the discontent. Boom. That's our flag. You know where else it is this cold? Russia. Let me tell you about Russia. I don't know anything about Russia. I have no connection with Russia. There is no collusion, but I can tell you that it is cold in Russia and we learn from them. Not the KGB, but the cold. Attack 3. Glory to Ostrotska. Yes. What's our scouts doing right now? Exile colony. There were survivors. We'll just set... Oh. Some of the exiles are still alive, but just barely. We could try to bring them to our city, although some of them may die. One of the dying held a diary to a chest. God damn it, it is warm. Fuck. This thing is hot as shit. Fuck. Whew. It's like 30 fucking degrees outside. Shit. Or in here. One of the dying held a diary to his chest. We read the last entry. Exiled from Tesla City, with food and fuel running out, we sent the strongest among us to search for help. They're our only hope. We're afraid this refers to the Yanks we buried. Alright, well, don't worry, we'll exile, or we'll exile them to the... We'll escort them to the city. Not exile them to the city. We couldn't tell them the truth, not yet. No, don't worry, we got our propaganda centers to handle. Oh, that is a substantial amount of food. In fact, that is... Shit. Alright, well, that may be 4 times as big, but as it turns out, it's also 4 times as efficient. So, let's just do this and then never have another problem with this ever again. Bam. Does it also cost 4 times as much? No, barely not. In fact, it's barely more efficient. Wait, we don't need that. Ever. No, man, we got coal for days. We don't need that. We got people pumping up coal out of the ground. We can keep running these heaters forever. Right? Ooh. Okay, maybe we can't. How are the heaters... Jesus Christ. Fuck it, just keep it on. If it becomes a problem, we'll deal with it. By sending out... propaganda bulletins. A news bulletin delivered to every household will reassure people that we're protecting the city by maintaining order. Hope will arise. The people must be told repeatedly that we survive every day thanks to order. Yes, thank you, Stalin. A few are persuaded. See, told you. A member of the Londoners is talking to a crowd. Oh no, the other way persuaded. Shit, that's the wrong one. He's trying to scare as many people into joining the exodus to London, but his visions of doom ring false in the ears of people who are content with the situation in our city. Chase him away. Don't beat him up just yet. We must have our KGB ready to go and our prisons before we go beat them up. You know, I bought this. Oh fuck! I bought this hat on a school expedition to London a long fucking time ago. No idea it would ever come in handy. Turns out, I was prepared, motherfuckers, and I didn't even know. I didn't know it was fate. Now, I could go ahead and rescue these people. But, I mean, we probably really should, though. Let's get a, like, sawmill somewhere along there. We currently have everybody working. Everyone is being productive. We don't have any extended shifts going. Well, I mean, there are 4 emergency shifts and that one fucking promise broke the fucking... That's what broke the camel's back. That's what broke the camel's fucking back. That one promise was like, fuck it. Turn it into a police state. Do it. You know you want to. You know you want to see it. Let's wait for something to happen. Like a substantial shortage of coal. That's about to happen. Another act of vandalism? Send the watchman. Throw the motherfucker in prison. We don't actually have a prison just yet. I hope you will take the order path and not the faith. Mate, we're already down the order path. We got purpose, motherfucker. Order. And when I say order, I mean police state with prisons. What the fuck is that? I don't know, but I want it. Hit me up. I used to be a benevolent ruler, but now we're going hardcore. No, but we're leaking a lot of coal right now. I should probably turn this down to like level 1. Watch members? Prep the coup. Vladimir, prepare the gulag. Strike back. Oh, and ahoy! The people regain hope. For the first time, the Londoners have failed to persuade anyone to abandon the city. People are recovering from their shock at the news of winter home and start to hope for the future. Maybe they shouldn't. Oh, right. We were supposed to build these. Don't worry, they don't have to be kept warm. Just functional. No gather... What? Huh? We need more people to crew the lumber mills. We need more wood. We will bring peace, order, justice, and that's not how it goes. Stability to my new empire. We need more people working there, but I don't have any people. Are there any people coming in?
Come, lads. We must work harder.
Yes, we have people coming in. Good. Can we house all those fucking kids? Yes. Well, we may, hang on. No, we need, no, wait, we're fine. We have 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, no, we're fine. Good. Yeah, please. You have anything better? Heater efficiency. That's pretty good, but we'll go for this first. People are living in tents? Fuck them. Send out a propaganda flyer. Cold showers are good for discipline. It's character building experience. We got free healthcare. People can't complain. Can I have blackjack and hookers in the new empire? Yeah, we'll have to go see about that. Your new empire? I'm loyal to the Republic. To democracy. Oh, don't worry, we'll put in a special bulletin about that one too. Who's fucking pinging me on Discord? Nemi, he's probably coming in with the up-res textures. Don't you know that I'm trying to build a fucking empire here? Oh, these can literally be turned. Never mind. Alright. I need people in these cookhouses to go cook these fucking meals. I need people working the lumber mills. I need people working the coal mines. Fuck, the furnace built the dam. We don't have enough wood to fuel the fires. All these fucking trees are on our doorstep. Burn them. Oh. One day in 10 hours versus 15 hours. We'll do that. Tendency. People are hopeful enough not to rejoin. Of course not. Okay, well, we may have 14 homeless people. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Build this metropolis. Build me a street network worthy of Mordor. Build me a city of tents all around this beautiful propaganda center. Build me a watchtower. How did we run out of wood? We need more wood. Get that labor scum in there. The flaming law. It's somewhat worrying. It's perfect. An Ewok in every stomach. Infirmary mechanization, boys. We just get a whole bunch of engineers back. Perfect.